When Jesus taught during his life on earth, Jesus was a master teacher. He used figurative speech to describe and illustrate spiritual truths. For example, and maybe some of them would come to mind, some of the ones that I didn't list, but just really simply. He compared, you remember when Jesus compared our need for the Word of God to our need for physical food. He gave that illustration, and all of a sudden it becomes like very clear in our minds. It's like Jesus didn't say it's important to read the Word of God. It's important to have the Word of God in you. I mean, you could say it that way, but Jesus goes as far as saying the Word of God is like physical food for every day. And then it clicks. It's like, wow, for my spiritual man, for my spirit, the Word of God is like food, physical food for my physical man. In another example, when he talked about having a relationship with the Father and having a relationship with God, you remember the illustration that Jesus gave in John chapter 15? I am the vine and you are the branches, that whole connection. That's awesome. That makes it so like, wow, I get that. That's neat, because the branches, they need to be connected to the vine, because from the vine, all the nutrients come into the branches, and from the branches, the fruit begins to grow. It's exactly the same thing in our own spiritual life. When Jesus talked about our role in the world, remember the two examples that he used? You are the light, and then you are the salt. That makes so much sense. Light shines in dark places. We're the light. We have something to offer, not in ourselves, but the God who is in us wants to shine through our life, through our actions, through our behavior, through everything that we do. Wow, that makes total sense. When we read the Bible, it's full of images and illustrations that help us understand spiritual truths and what the Christian life is like and what it's all about.